Hey guys, it's Caroline here, career and leadership coach. And today, what I want to talk to you about is the myth of working hard. And don't get me wrong, I am the first to work hard, and I've worked hard all my career. But there is something about the consequences that you need to know if you really want to develop and grow your career, because just working hard is actually sabotaging your career progression. So I know that we've all learned, or people have told us, like, look, you just have to work hard. And in the beginning of your career, that would have served you because you work hard, you get promoted, you get to where you are right now. But then you have a gap. So what got you to a certain level is not going to get you to the next level because there is a shift required. And most people don't know that shift. Now, that is a shift that includes many, many things and is an episode for another time. But there's a shift required. And most people stay stuck in the fact like, okay, let's work hard. And if I work hard, they will value and recognize what I'm doing and they will promote me. But unfortunately, that's not what happens. And people keep on bashing their heads against a brick wall, trying to get ahead, not getting to where they want to be. And then unfortunately, you see a lot of things happening. It's like people get demotivated, disengaged, they lose their passion for their job, and they go and look somewhere else. And then basically somewhere else in the beginning, it looks all beautiful and all good. They think like, okay, I'm stepping in this new role. But here's the thing. They still have the same thoughts, behaviors, beliefs. So they do the same, they fall into the same trap. And even though they might have had a promotion, it still stops there because they haven't changed on the core. They haven't changed their foundation. So what I'm here to do today is bust through like some of the myths that you need to be aware of that are self-sabotaging or sabotaging your career. Now, the first one is they want to keep you in the role. You're a workhorse. So if you're a workhorse, they know you deliver, you're reliable, you work hard, you're the first one in the office, the last one to leave, you make sacrifices, and so on. They see you as the workhorse. Why would they actually like have you promoted and hire two other people to do one and the same job? Like, no, some companies are from the opinion like, okay, let's not touch that person because basically he or she is really good at what they do. And so you get stuck in one same position. So that's the first reason. It's like they want to keep you in that specific role. The second reason, and that actually feeds the first one, because if you had the right mindset and you would just like, and they would keep you in that role, then your mindset and your willpower would shift that. But here is the second problem. You often are focused on tasks, on delivering the projects, rather than on strategy. And this is a big one. This is one of the core shifts that you need to make. It's like you need to stop being focused on only on the deliverables and the tasks that you need to do and the delivery of the project. I know it is important. Don't get me wrong. But if you want to step up in your career, you need to step up in your leadership skills. You need to really change and shift in that space, because you need to show up as a leader, because that goes hand in hand with the first thing that I said, like they want to keep you stuck in a certain role. Because if they don't see you as a leadership material or even stepping up as a leader, even if you have already a leadership position, like one of my clients that I'm currently working with, she is a head of and she wants to be part of the executive team, and she doesn't get there because she keeps on receiving the feedback, you're not ready yet. Whatever that means for her. But what it definitely means, I can tell you, is that she's still too focused on the tasks and the delivery on the project rather than the leadership skills and really creating that space that you need to step into your authentic leadership. And when I talk about authentic leadership, this is about you not being vanilla. Like, it's so important to, in a leadership position, that you know what you stand for. Like, think about it. Think of all the leaders in the world that we know. Like, they are very, and if you respect them, they're very clear on what they stand for. And that's why you buy into that leader. Too many leaders these days that I see in corporates, leaders various levels, they are afraid to rock the boat, and they're conditioned and programmed to actually fit in their little box, and they lose connection with themselves. They lose their authenticity, and they don't show up as a leader they could be because they're so afraid of being judged. They're so afraid, like, okay, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to be laid off. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to be criticized. I'm going to be performance managed out and stuff like that. And all these fears make it that we lose that connection and we lose all authenticity. So it's time for you to step into that authentic leadership role that you can do, and be true to yourself. Speak your truth. But before you even speak your truth, you need to know what that is. A lot of people, like I said, they have lost that connection. They have lost their why. They have lost the sense of purpose. And they think often that, okay, I'm going to start my own business because that's my purpose. That's not it. Like, often, yes, it can be, but it might also not be. It's not because you just impulsively like lean into something that is going to be the thing that you need. So you need to discover and uncover who you truly are and what that means to you. Your authenticity, you need to understand, connect back to yourself, and then you have to stand up as a leader that you want to be. Then the third thing that I often see with people is they want to be liked, and they're great at relationship building. Oh my God, all of my clients, because they have over 15 years experience, they know how to build a relationship. They know how to manage stakeholders and influence and negotiate. They are at the level in their career that they have learned those skills. And some are naturally good at it, and some have learned to be good at it because it's a survival. To actually step up in your career, you need to be that. And so they have mastered those skills. But let me tell you, this is not an exercise about relationship building. And if you are still in your job so focused on relationship building, that's not going to help you. What you need to know is, how do I convert those relationships into alliances? How do I close that bridge? It's not about being liked. It's not about them knowing how good I am in my job. It's not about my reputation. It's about really converting those relationships in alliances. And if you master that, and if you know how to bridge that link, then you're actually going to be able to lift your career. However, I'm going to say this one more time because just wanted to really get through to you. You can't convert relationships to alliances without knowing your authentic self, without having that inner connection, without knowing what you stand for. Because if you just like focus on the strategy and say like, hey, I'm going to convert my relationships into alliances, and Google, see what to do, the steps, and follow all of them, and hopefully it works out, that doesn't work. Because it's just like you will be running like a goose without a head, or chicken without a head, whatever it is. Anyway, what you need to do is first find that inner connection, find your why, find your purpose, find what your vision is, what your brand values is, what is brand you. Then you need to actually connect with that and be an authentic leader. An authentic leader is like knowing how to activate your personal brand. So all the things like that you discovered, your brand values, your vision, your purpose, your why, is now activating that into the next stage. It's like, this is how I'm going to show up as a leader. And yes, in the beginning, you will ruffle feathers because people are used to you being like, oh, this is this nice Daisy over there, and that's the workhorse, and that's the reliable person. Like they have this image of you. And whenever you shift away from that, or it's not always shifting away from that, it's more like blossoming open, because you can still be reliable, but you have this whole other depth in yourself that you haven't really shown. And that's how you reach your full potential. It's like letting that come out. But you need to understand what that first is. And then you can show up as an authentic leader. And with that, if you're comfortable to actually be a disruptor and rock the boat, and like being able to say like, this is me. And yes, some people might not like that, and some people will be attracted to that. And that is how you stand in your authenticity. This is how you discover what makes you unique, what makes you stand out. And once you use that, that is powerful, that is magnetic. People will be attracted to you, who you truly are. And you won't feel like a fraud or a fake or phony, or you won't second guess yourself, because you stepped in your truth. But without that, you're just like going left, right, and center, and everybody is taking advantage of you, even though that might not be intentional, and they might actually mean really, really well. But that's what ends up happening. So, and then lastly, what you need to do is really create those alliances. Once you know your authenticity, then and only then you can actually think about, okay, how do I create those alliances? How do I increase my visibility within the organization? How do I make partnerships with people that are going to be vital, whether it's now or in the future? And that's how you actually develop your career. Step in that leadership and really owning it. Because leadership is not because you have the title of manager, director, heads of, or executive. It's not because you have that title that it makes you a leader. It's about how you make people feel, and how you act, and how you behave, and the thoughts about yourself. That's what makes you a leader. So it's not the title, guys. It's about, and I want you to think about, what kind of a leader am I? Am I one that goes through the motions and just like, well, it doesn't matter if I'm inauthentic, and just like a job is a job and I get paid and that's what helps me pay the bills? Or are you actually just being more intentional about your career and making sure you design a career where you can be authentic, where you can make an impact and make a difference? Because a lot of my clients, they all want to make an impact and a difference. A lot of people that I work with want to contribute and leave a legacy. But what does that actually mean? It's not about the strategy. It's about who you are and how you actually are with yourself, how you have self-leadership and then leadership outwards. So it's first of all an inside job before you even think about spreading out. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that gave you a lot of nuggets to think about, and a lot of, like, how do you say that? Food for thought to think about. And if this sparked something in you and you want to have a next level conversation with me, I will pop a link below this video or this live stream, so you can schedule a call in so we can have a chat. And on that call, it's not going to be one of the sleazy sales calls. It's going to be with me, and I will tell it how it is. But first of all, what's more important for me is to really understand you, your situation, where you're coming from, because everybody is different. Everybody is unique, but a lot of people have lost that uniqueness. And then if I can help you, I will tell you what working together would look like. So if that is you, definitely schedule in a call to have a chat with me. If we are not connected and you came randomly across this video or this live stream, like, connect with me. I'm all about connecting with more people so that I'm able to really help people transform their career and ultimately their life. So thank you so much for listening to me today. I hope you have an absolutely fabulous rest of the week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.